Hey amigos, hope you're having a really good day wherever you are in the world. I found all my old surfing photos. Pretty cool. It does hurt a little bit to look at these. Just being honest, it hurts me a little bit, but I'm excited to share it with you too. So I just wanted to show you what I was like before my accident. Yeah, what I look like able-bodied. These two photos, the first ones, I was 12 years old, surfing my local surf break. I started surfing at the age of 10, fell in love with it. My first day I ever tried surfing, fell in love, and I just knew all I wanted to do was surf every day, travel the world, have heaps of fun. Pretty cool. So I was about 13 in this photo, doing a big bottom turn for a pretty crappy wave. This photo is cool. Me and my dad went to England in 1993, and this is me surfing at Newquay Beach in England. It was 3 foot pumping, and I was the only surfer out there. My dad took all my photos, and I just had the place to myself. Really cool stuff. Speaking of my dad, this is my dad Terry. He used to take me on. Yeah, we were always going on surfing adventures all over the place. He'd take me surfing, me and my mates. And if me and my dad weren't surfing, we were body surfing and catching just dumpers, getting absolutely worked, just drilled into the sand, laughing, having heaps of fun. Man, me and my dad, we used to have just a fun time, that's for sure. Just loved getting worked. There was just, yeah, super fun. We used to see who could just get wiped out the best. So this photo was taken in the southeast of South Australia at a place called Port Mac. Spent a lot of my childhood down there surfing with all the local guys. Very cold, sharky. Good waves though. I was 16 in this photo. It was 1994, the 26th of January, Australia Day. I was about to live my dream. I was moving to Queensland, moving to the Gold Coast. Yeah, fresh faced, very excited young man. I was there with my mates. They were seeing me off at the airport. This is my blue Hawaii surfboard, awesome board. I was 15 years old here. Yeah, it took me about a year to save. I saved $600, and that board absolutely ripped. That's for sure. So this is when I first got to the Goldie. I'd put on a bit of weight, bit nervous, bit anxious about being away from home at such a young age. Too much Maccas. I ate too much Maccas, and snapped my mouth at Spot X. Yeah, snapped my mouth. So here I am at Currumbin. I used to surf Currumbin. It was one of my closest breaks when I first moved to the Goldie. I was doing a bit of a floater. I don't know what's going on with my hands there, my arms. They're spazzing out a bit. But yeah, doing a floater. I love doing floaters. Floaters was one of my favourite things. Apart from, this is me doing a surfing backhand at D-Bar. So this is the break that I actually had my accident at. And I absolutely love this place. And this is the wave I had my accident on was exactly like this. I'd actually surfing like that, popped on top, slipped off. Anyway, so this surfboard here is the game-changing surfboard. This is the one that changed my surfing, crazy. Improved it so much. So before this board, I'd had about 10 surfboards, and this board just changed everything. It was a Darren Hanley. As you can see, I was pretty stoked. Darren Hanley, it was an ex-team board. The dude that had it was sponsored by Quicksilver. I didn't take the sticker off just yet. I just bought it, but this board ripped. Like, really, really cool board. I love the spray as well. So this is me surfing Fingal, another really heavy, shallow, low tide lollies I called them. I loved the shallowest, heaviest wave you could find, and if you can see, I'd actually floated that huge, massive section. I was just airdropping there. So I'd floated across the top. I was dropping down. I was actually pretty stoked about it. This is me at Currumbin again, Currumbin Beachy. I was just about to pop up and pull into just a close out, I suppose, get a little barrel. Love getting barrels, man. Oh my God, I miss getting barreled. Nothing better. And the next photo is pretty cool. Pulling into a close out. Look at that, pig dog. So just took off left, backhand, grabbed my rail, pulled into the friggin' barrel and got slammed. I don't know, man. I just love friggin' super hollow, sucky little waves that just gave me a hiding. So this is me at D-Bar. I mentioned it before. Favorite surf break. It's where I had my accident. on about a 3 foot wave, doing a bottom turn, ready to just smack that lip, man. Smack it like Will Smith. Just slap the shit out of it, I think. Like Will Smith. I wish I had some more photos. I know I've got some. I just got to find them. I know they're around somewhere. So this is a Screaming Lizard surfboard. I met Chook Chilcott. He was the shaper for Screaming Lizards. About 600 k's north of the Gold Coast at a place called Agnes Waters. Random day, met this dude. Long story short, he became my shaper. And if you haven't heard of Chook Chilcott, you may have heard of Nev Surfboards. Nev Hyman, very famous shaper. Then he created Firewire surfboards. Anyway, in the 80s and early 90s, Nev Hyman at his factory had two shapers that worked for him. One was Chook, and Chook and this other guy would shape all the surfboards for Nev, and then Nev would walk in and sign the surfboards and write that he hand shaped them himself, but he didn't. He was off doing other stuff. So if you ever had a Nev surfboard from the 80s or early 90s, high chance, 50% chance that my mate Chook shaped it. So this was the last board I ever had. This is the board that I had my accident on, and Screaming Lizards, Chook, he changed the logo, and man, this board ripped. So we just honed in all the dimensions. I don't know, my boards were just getting better. I was just getting, oh man, this board ripped. Sick board, 6'3", 8.5 by 2 3/8. So most people don't know that I actually shaped a lot of surfboards myself, and this is a surfboard that me and my mates made. We shaped it, we glassed it. It was absolute trash. It was just, oh my god, it's horrid. And here's a mini Mao that me and my mate Al made, 7.6 by nearly 22 inches wide. Sick board, turned like, it was a beast. Then I started getting to shaping these fish surfboards, 6'1 by 19.25 by 2.25, really flat deck, boxy rails. And so I shaped a lot of surfboards, probably about 10 surfboards before my accident. So before my accident, I'd made about 10 boards shaped and glassed. Here's another fish, I'd made that. Then my friend airbrushed it. He's a tattoo artist. He's like, give me the board, mate. I'll airbrush it for you. And I was like, yeah, no worries. Anyway, I sold this board for a lot of money just due to the airbrush, but the boards, worked really well. So before my accident, I shaped surfboards. They were crap. Weren't the best, but I was getting better. Then after my accident, I started shaping, but it was very hard sitting in a wheelchair trying to shape a board. I did try a few, but I had to get them machine shaped in the end. I had a friend, to machine shape, and he'd get them shaped for me, and then I'd do it. And then someone would fiberglass them for me. But after my accident, I sold about another 10 or 15 boards that I made from my wheelchair, which is really cool. And then I had a mate called Paul. Paul wanted me to shape him a surfboard and shape a pair of boobs into it. And I was like, I can't do that. So his mate came up with a design, Corey Young Designs, CYD, and you can see the boobs in it. Screaming Lizards t-shirt. I freaking love Screaming Lizards surfboards, man. Chook was awesome. Every year for Chook, I used to work at like a surfboard fair or a surfboard convention in the booth. And this photo here is crazy. The story behind this is crazy. This is my feet. Wiggling my toes, wiggling my feet in the sand. I took this photo a week before my accident at D-Bar, the beach that I had my accident. And I don't know why, but I was sitting down there taking photos, and I was really compelled to just take a photo of my feet. And I was just fascinated with my feet. So here it is. These are my feet.